Hello everyone, I'm Jack Fisher and welcome to my world. And as I'm making this video, it's the initial crest of the holiday season. And in my humble opinion, it truly is the best time of the year. And I don't care if that sounds cheesy, corny, or cliched, I love the holidays. I loved them as a kid, I love them even more as an adult, and I make no apologies for that. And as someone who puts his Christmas tree up just days after Halloween, I take the festivities more seriously than most. Just talk to anyone in my family, talk to anyone who knows me in general. They can attest that I put a lot of effort into making the holidays awesome. Whether it involves decorations, presents, treats, or music, I'll gladly go the extra mile. In addition to the usual holiday festivities, this is also that special time of year when Christmas specials of all kinds start to air regularly. From classic Christmas episodes of TV shows to Christmas movies, it's almost impossible to avoid them. And they're actually a big part of my own personal holiday traditions. One common ritual I have is that I like to put on a Christmas movie or special while I'm wrapping presents. And given how much I often spend on Christmas presents for my family, I tend to consume more holiday content than most. Now, I certainly have a soft spot for holiday shows and movies of all kinds. I also concede that not all holiday specials or movies are on the same level. I'll always love Home Alone, Die Hard, and A Charlie Brown Christmas, but most are just festive yet forgettable. And that's exactly why the Christmas Chronicles on Netflix was such a breath of fresh air when it came out. It offers such a simple formula, telling a rich, family-friendly story within a world where Santa Claus, magic, and the spirit of Christmas is very real. But make no mistake, this is not some cookie-cutter Hallmark Christmas flick. It doesn't try to be too serious or too melodramatic. Instead, it just gives us a genuine, heartfelt Christmas story that will help get anyone in the spirit of the season. Seriously, if you need a newer, more modern Christmas movie that gives you all the right holiday feels, this is the movie for you. In terms of casting, the Christmas Chronicles aims pretty high with Kurt Russell starring as Santa. He's probably not the first person you'd think in terms of actors who should play the big guy in the red coat, but I promise after seeing this movie once, you'll be convinced. This man is worthy of that famous outfit. He gives us a familiar but distinct version of Santa Claus, complete with plenty of lore and world building. Also, as a quick side note, Kurt Russell reportedly put a lot of thought into the Santa Claus mythos. According to director Chris Columbus, Russell wrote a 170-page Tolkien-like backstory about Santa in this world. And that's a lot of lore for any character, let alone such a familiar icon. But it also perfectly demonstrates just how much passion Russell dedicated to this character, and it shows throughout the movie. In terms of general plot, the Christmas Chronicles offers a fairly standard setup for most holiday dramas. It starts with two kids, Kate and Teddy Pierce. And in the first few minutes, we get a nice collection of holiday memories with their parents. They all feel like actual home movies documenting their holiday memories. It's all very sweet and sentimental. But then tragedy strikes. Their father was a firefighter who tragically passed away in an accident. It truly is a terrible loss, and neither Kate nor Teddy have fully dealt with it. And now, they face the prospect of celebrating their first Christmas without him. Whereas the younger Kate just wants to lose herself in old holiday traditions, Teddy has fallen in with a bad crowd, and he is not exactly feeling the Christmas spirit. Then, on Christmas Eve, their mother gets called into work on a night shift at a hospital. So now they can't spend Christmas with either parent, and Teddy intends to exploit that, much to Kate's chagrin. It's a sad setup, but trust me, it does not stay that way. Kate and Teddy are in a bad place when Christmas begins. However, things get fanciful and adventurous when they encounter the real, actual Santa Claus himself. Kurt Russell's inherent charm and charisma takes it from there. What follows from here is a fun and eventful exploration of a world where real magic, real elves, and true holiday spectacles unfold at every turn. There are plenty of humorous mishaps which lead Kate and Teddy to unintentionally derail Santa's efforts on Christmas Eve. The story actually starts in Massachusetts, but they end up in Chicago, trying to find Santa's sleigh, hat, and reindeer. And at some point, the Chicago PD gets involved, and there's even an elaborate musical scene. And while things do get dire intense at times, it never gets overly dark. This is not a story that tries to deconstruct Christmas or scrutinize the holiday season as a whole. It's a story about two young kids coming to grips with the loss of their father and carrying on his legacy. This Christmas adventure is just part of that effort. There's heart, there's family, there's magic, and yes, there's flying reindeer. And seriously, if that's not enough Christmas for you, then you're just being difficult. I won't spoil the rest of the details of this movie. I'll just say that the Christmas Chronicles has already become an integral part of my personal Christmas traditions. I've even convinced family and friends to give it a try, and they've come to love it just as much as I do. And I'll continue recommending it to people whose Christmas spirit needs a boost. I definitely wasn't the only one to fall in love with this movie because it actually got a sequel, and it further built on the lore and spirit of the first movie. And while that movie is still plenty good on its own right, I consider the first Christmas Chronicles to be superior. It delivers everything you'd want in a Christmas movie and then some. It has just the right amount of fantasy, realism, and heart. And, more than anything else, it reminds us why the holiday season truly is the most wonderful time of the year. Thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for joining me in my world. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, take care, stay safe, and in the spirit of the season, happy holidays.